Okay, new day, new bug to report in No Man's Sky, and this one's interesting. Now, if you saw my recent video, the stalking freighter has finally disappeared, and I can't tell you what finally got rid of it, but it was definitely something. But this one's a little bit more interesting. So, if you warp into a solar system with your freighter, and then get in a ship, warp out of that solar system, then warp back in. Let's see if this happens again, and you'll see what happens. So, I warped into this solar system with my freighter, then I got in a ship and warped out of it to this planet. Then I decided I wanted to go back, so I did, and I didn't move my freighter, and I think it's going to happen again, but this is what happened. It also didn't help that there was a space battle going on at the time, which I would have really liked to have taken part, but obviously I missed that, because the only way I could... Yep, there it is. So I warped back inside my freighter, as you can see here. I don't even think I can back out enough to show you, but this is my freighter. Because what ends up happening is your freighter warps into the exact same spot you would warp into when it travels between the stars. So now I am stuck inside my freighter, and there is absolutely no way out that I can find. You just run into invisible walls, and last time it almost destroyed my ship. So the only option I had was to either reload a save or warp back out again, which would really suck if I don't have any warp fuel. So let's, just for the sake of it, let's try to recreate this. I'm going to start by reloading, I'm going to reload a while back. Alright, we are inside my freighter. So I'm going to get in this ship. Well, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the freighter to warp. And see if I can recreate it, or if this is just some weird fluke in this one solar system. So we're going to use the new freighter warp function, and we're going to warp to this solar system here. It's right next door. Oh, hyperdrive has no fuel. Once again, it would be nice if you could refuel from within the warp map, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. So let's go over here to freighter and fill her up. Sure. Wait, I feel like I just filled this up, right? Why is it empty? Oh, wait. Nope, this is what I want. I want to use this. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and... we'll warp there. It's fine. I wished when they added warp functionality to the freighters, I thought this was a really cool idea, and I really like this idea, because then you can warp into a solar system and decide which ship you want to take. But I was kind of hoping you'd see that warp effect through the windows rather than just get taken into the screen. But regardless, it's not that big of a deal. And I can understand that being hard to do. So let's go and take, we'll just take Silverhawk here. And anybody else watch that show when they were a kid? Haha. Alright. So we've warped in. We're... probably... no. Oh, it's way too easy to do that, by the way. Way too easy. Because now I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't break free. It'd be really nice if you could cancel this. But alright. And of course, it also would be nice if it didn't immediately eject you out of your ship. Like it does when you land on a planet. I still sometimes would like to decide whether I want to get out in a space station or... because if you get out, you save the game. So sometimes you want to decide whether you want to save the game or not. So we should be probably pretty close to the space station there. And that's probably about the point I would warp in. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't watched my previous videos, yep, my freighter changed colors. I finally proved it. I'll cut a little snippet from the last video where I was trying to prove that here. But before I do that, I wanted to show you, I'm in photo mode here, that this is definitively a black and yellow freighter. And the problem I had in the past was, this is a black and yellow freighter, but so was that one when I bought it. It was black and yellow, and as you can see probably from here, it's not black and yellow. That stripe down the middle is like gray or blue. And it seems like the last 2 or 3 freighters I bought had this problem where they changed color the next time I warped into a new solar system. But in that video, I couldn't get the bug to work. It didn't work. But now you can see my freighter has in fact changed color. So that is actually something that happens. So anyways, so now that we've left the freighter, we haven't moved the freighter, we haven't called it somewhere else, it's sitting right where it warped in. So let's go ahead, waste more fuel, and let's warp somewhere else. So we'll warp over here. We won't even warp to the old star system, we'll just pick a different random place. So we're warping out, that means our freighter gets left behind, which means it'll still be there when we return. The problem is the ship and the freighter warp into the exact same spot. And that is how you would fix this problem, is just make it so the freighters warp somewhere else. I don't know how difficult that is to fix, but that's, oh no. Well, give me a minute. Actually, no, don't even, we're just gonna warp right back. I'm not gonna take on this battle because I think I can recreate that battle if I just reload from the old save. But here we go, we're gonna warp back to where the freighter was and see if it happens again. There you go. So proof in concept, this is a definitive bug. If you warp somewhere with your freighter and then use your starship to warp away and then back again, you will warp inside your freighter. So there you go. Captured on video. Another bug report to send in. This doesn't seem like that hard of a fix though, so and also it's not that big of a deal because you can just avoid this now that you know. Now that you know that your freighter will be here and you can warp out. If you don't have any fuel, you might be in trouble, but you can warp out and get away from it. I'll show you here. This is how you get out of this situation. So again, we're going to go back to Fazali. I've been in this 3 solar systems for a while because I've been trying to get this S-class exotic ship, and I swear this game knows when you want to buy something and tells it never to spawn again. Because it took me a few minutes to get my ship set up, ready to trade, and it has never spawned since, even though I saw it 3 times before that moment. But anyways, here we go, we're gonna warp out. So we're now fine, space battle's gone, but there you go. There you go, you're free from the thing, and you know not to, and if you want to avoid that, just call your freighter before you warp. And now we can warp back to that planet, to that solar system, and our freighter will no longer... no. Come on. Ooh, this is so finicky. Alright, there we go. Now we can warp back and not be inside of our freighter. So there you go. Just both a heads up and a bug report. Heads up, don't warp back to a solar system that you left your freighter in if you used your freighter to warp there in the first place and didn't move it. But now we're all free. So there you go. Alright, thank you for watching. This has been Hyperion. This has been another bug report. Well, see you in some other videos maybe. Bye-bye!